Hey guys, Thundera here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my other videos. Today we are back with another build video, and it is every room is a different holiday. So let's get into it. So first things first is to spin the wheel, and I have 8 different holidays on here, and I was planning on using them all, but that doesn't happen because I decided to combine 2 of the rooms. So yeah. First things first, our exterior will be New Year's. And when I think of New Year's, I'm just showing off the shell that I had already pre-built here. When I think New Year's though, I'm thinking like the colors of black and white and like gold and silver. So I threw in yellow and gray as well. I'm just putting on some black roof paint and roof trim real fast. And I really like this house. It ends up being 2 bedroom, 1 bath with an office that you could turn into a bedroom if you wanted. It is built on the Streamlit single lot in Willow Creek. It will be available for download on my gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow, just like it is here, and it does cost 41,107 simoleons. So right now, I'm just trying to figure out the doors and everything like that. Just trying to figure out which one I like the best. I kind of wanted something that was like a big grand entrance because New Year's is typically a big grand type holiday, so that's where I went there. And I did end up using this white Seasons door. It takes up like the whole front of the house. I cannot remember though if I put a mailbox, so I'll have to go back and look at that. But then it was just onto the siding of the house, and that took a little bit. I cut out most of that footage, but yeah, it took a while. So you are going to see a lot of different types of siding on this house, and it's fixing to just, yeah, this is where I was actually picking what I liked on it. And I really like this like exterior part. And you'll notice that on the back bottom I have more of a decorative style type. I did not realize that I had decided to do that. So in the version that is uploaded to the gallery, I do fix that. But yeah, I didn't realize it until editing, but it does get fixed. As far as the rest of the house, like the little bump outs and stuff, I was trying to, like I said, trying to come up with a good mix of black and white, especially on the exterior. So I went with this black stone. And yeah, like I said, I cut out a lot of footage there for the siding because it just took me forever. And then the windows. The windows took me a little while as well. So I was just trying to figure out something honestly that would kind of work up in this eave part of the roof. I don't think I ever actually went back and put anything on just because I couldn't find anything that I truly liked up there or that fit with the style I was going for. So I just decided at this point to figure out the windows for the rest of the house and just, well, right now I'm still trying to figure out something to put up there, but I ended up just deciding to wait and go back to it later. I honestly don't think I ever went back to it, but I don't think the house needs it. I think it looks just fine without anything up in the eave right there. So I decided just to move on and find the windows for the rest of the house. And that was a trouble as well. So at first I'm going with these Strangerville windows. I honestly think that these could have worked. However, I don't know. There was just something about them I did not really like. I did put in a door for the back door to lead out into like the backyard. And then I ended up getting rid of the Strangerville windows and decided to try a few other styles because I didn't want them to be that small. The Strangerville windows was just a bit too small for this house for me, so I decided to go with other windows. And at first I'm putting these base game windows on, but once I find like the bigger window I want to use, I end up finding some that sort of matches with it a bit better than these base game windows do, so I do trade them out. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going through all the options, trying to figure out what will look the best. and what style I really want to go for here. And honestly, that was kind of the hard part, is trying to figure that out. But I did end up liking these windows from Get Famous. And that was kind of when I wanted to go back and say, well, these don't really match well with these other windows. Let me go and look and see what else we have. And I ended up finding these windows from, I believe these are from Cats and Dogs. And I ended up just deciding to go with all Cats and Dogs windows just because I felt like it fit the style of the house better. And because I could get them to match just a little bit better around the house. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just putting in the windows where I think that they need to be, and then going back through with some of the smaller windows. Just trying to get some good lighting in. And yeah, that's the windows for the house. And then I wanted to try and make the bathroom a bit bigger, but I didn't like how it intruded into the living room. So I decided against that. And then it was really about trying to find some landscaping that would work. As far as the front goes, I kind of stuck with some bushes and stuff. Okay, maybe I did put it in a mailbox. I didn't really remember doing it, but apparently I did. So that was good. And then going and grabbing a trash can, just hiding it around the side here. And then honestly, it was just about landscaping. I just kind of went with some bushes around the front. I put in this big bush from base game, and then I found these that kind of matched it well. And I do actually put that bush back. I don't know why I deleted it at first. But yeah, just going to put in these bushes around the place. And then just going to go in and put in some other flowers as well. I really like these flowers. I believe they're from Romantic Garden. I just wanted it to have a little bit more height as well to the house and to the landscaping, so I did that. And then I'm going to end up going back and putting in some more flowers and bushes around there. I don't know, it's not really a manicured landscaping look, but it does, in my opinion, look pretty good. So over here, I definitely get a few, and I kind of stuck with yellow and white flowers. So yeah. And then just going to put in some more of the flowers from the Romantic Garden pack. I do size a few of them down just to not make them stand out as much. I found this rose bush, and I definitely had to size it down. And then just putting in a few more of the other bushes. And that was the landscaping basically in the front. I don't know. I just thought that it looked nice like that. So that's what I went with. And then just trying to figure out something that could be a nice path leading up to the door. I had to get rid of the filters for the landscaping, or for the terrain paint to figure out that, but I ended up going with this one. Just a small path because it's so close to the to there anyway. So, and then I did want a back patio. I did not raise this house up on a foundation, so I did want a little backyard hangout type spot. And that is what I am looking for now. I was gonna go with a black stone, but I decided not to go that route and instead decided on, I can't remember exactly what I decided on. I think it was this white stone from, I think, the Country Kitchen Kit. And then just going to go and grab a barbecue grill. And then I really wanted some seating outside to eat, so I decided to go and grab a table with an umbrella. At first I was going to go picnic table, but then I decided to go with this table from base game. And then just going to go and look for some chairs to go with it. I was really hoping that these white chairs with the yellow seat cushion would work, but I just didn't like how they looked, so I went with some black chairs. And then I decided to move the grill to this other side right by the door. and then move the table over here. I just thought it looked a little bit better. And then just trying to figure out what sort of what else I needed in the backyard. I wanted a swing set, so I did decide to put one over here. And that is not the swing set that ends up staying. I end up finding one that I think matches a little bit better. This one right here. I just really love that, and it does light up at night, so. And I was thinking about having this house have a toddler, but I decided against that. So yeah. And then just trying to figure out what else I wanted in this backyard. I thought about a monkey bar set. I placed one down, and in the end, I just did not like how it looked there. I did end up putting out some base game planners just to have a little bit more going on. Then I really wanted at least one tree, but I didn't really like my options here. So I did end up going with this yellow tree from Island Living. I'm just going to scoot it and turn it and everything to try and keep it from looking like it's growing into the house, because we don't need that. And like I said, I just decided to get rid of the monkey bars overall. I just felt like they weren't needed. So I put out a couple more planter boxes. And then I'm just going to move them around to try and make sure that you can reach everything in there. All sides of them. So just going to try and make sure that the Sims can reach everything. And honestly, I do go back later on and put lights outside, but right now we're going back and spinning the wheel for the living room. And I end up doing the hallway as this as well, so we got 4th of July. So this is our living room hallway space. I decided to put the hallway with it, and of course I'm going to use red, white, and blue. So I put those color filters on, and then I went and I used this spandrel from Cats and Dogs. And then really just needed to go and find some lighting for this space. And honestly, for this house to have like every room done as a different holiday, I really think it came out pretty nicely. I did use these lights for both the living room and the hallway from Dream Home Decorator. I used the 3 light in the living room space and then the 1 light in the hallway. I'm then just going to go and look at my options for the wall. I decided to just go with plain white just because that would help with everything else. But I did know that I had to have an archway into the kitchen. And then I kind of needed a door into this bathroom and everything, which I will get to in just a minute. I wanted to figure out the wood for this. I went with this like blue and white one from Cats and Dogs. And then I did decide to go back, and I'm looking at the lights, and I think I'm trying to find something for the entryway area just so that I can move this 1 light back. I did just get what I had in the hallway. And then as far as couches and everything goes, this is kind of where I'm remembering I need to get a door in first for this bathroom before I go with anything else. And for some reason, I decided on a red door. It changes. And I'm just moving this one bush because it was kind of poking into the house. But the red door does not stay. It ends up just not being the right shade. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out where to put my TV and my couch and everything. And that kind of this was really the only good spot to do that. So I do put it over here. I'm just looking for a couch right now. And I kind of wanted a bit of a bigger couch. I didn't want like a smallish couch. So that's what I'm looking for. Just trying to figure out a good couch. And I do go with this one. I believe it's from the Industrial Loft Kit. And then I went with one of these TVs from Tiny Living. It's got the TV, the bookshelf, and the radio in it. And then just grabbing a plant from Dream Home Decorator. Then needing some curtains, just trying to figure out what color I wanted to go with. At first I was going to go with this red from the base game, but I just didn't feel like it matched the couch very well, so I went with this red. And looking back, it probably would have been better if I had stuck with the first one, but I think these red curtains are just fine. And I really liked uh, trying to pick out a carpet for the or a rug for this area because it was like I wanted to bring in the more of the blue because we didn't have much of that, but then I kind of wanted to balance that with the white and everything else as well. So I'm just looking through the rugs right now, trying to find one that I think will fit the best over in this space. Like I said, I really wanted to bring in some of the blue because I did not have any of it yet. So just trying to figure out how to bring that in without it looking crazy was a challenge. But I do think that the rug that I ended up going with, this one right here from Tiny Living, I believe is the one I go with. Yeah, I think that that one looks very nice over there. Then just trying to find a rug for the entryway. So I'm just looking through my options right now, trying to find one, and I go with this half circle from Base Game. And then as far as decorating the entryway goes, I went to the pre-made rooms because if you did not know, you can actually go to these pre-made rooms and then just pull out the items that you like. So I went to this seasonal entryway and I pulled out this like shelf with the boots and the jackets and stuff in it, just trying to figure out what was the best swatch to have it in. And honestly, I think the wood color with the white jacket and the red scarf was the best. And then just going to grab a few other items. I did grab the thermostat. It's not technically red, white, or blue, but I think it fits. I grabbed the shelf with the hat and the jacket. I grabbed this basket with towels and stuff. I did change the colors of all of those items just to have a bit more to do with like red, white, and blue. So just going to try and figure out what else to put over in this one corner. And I knew there would at least be a child in this room or in this house. So I definitely wanted something to go with a child. And I went with this dollhouse. I really liked it. It was just super cute. Almost as if they had been playing over there and they just built their own little dollhouse. And then I wanted to have a toy box over here, but I did decide to put bookshelves in instead. I know that the TV functions as a bookshelf as well. However, I really liked the idea of having some bookshelves right there. And so I just moved the toy box over to the other side of the room and then just trying to figure out what to put on the wall. I decided to go with these red picture frames and then trying to figure out if there was anything else needed. I kind of wanted to put something above this dollhouse, but I couldn't figure out what would be the best. So I just decided not to go with that. But then I also remembered that I was going to do the hallway with this theme as well since I had it open. And I did end up putting this red and blue rug over here underneath the um, dollhouse. And then I decided to go with just a simple blue rug. I do end up going back and decorating the hallway a bit more later. But yeah, and I did end up deciding to go with white doors just because I did not know what I was going to get for these other rooms. So I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more easy to work around. So I did decide to go with white doors. So for the next room, we end up getting Christmas. And this is going to be our kitchen and our dining room. So this is where we're going to have it over here. And I decided to go with red, white, and green for that, just because that's kind of the colors that I think of when I think of Christmas. So, and at this point, I kind of realized I never put lights out front, so I did go ahead and decide to put these white lights out front and out back. I did have to put the white lights out front on the door, but I think it's okay. I did have to move the dollhouse up because it was creeping into the kitchen. So I did leave a little bit of piece sticking through to the kitchen, but it's not much. So just trying to find some lights that will work for the kitchen. And honestly, I really liked those that one light, but it just was not going to work. So just looking through trying to figure out what my best option would be. And I decided to go with this red and white. I don't know why I decided to make them two different colors, but I kind of liked it. So then just looking for some tiles, I did really like this deep green tile for the kitchen part of the room. And then in the rest of the room, just trying to figure out something. Honestly, I was going to go with this green just to have the green walls, but I decided to go with white just to not have multiple green walls. And then I did change that one light to be red. And then just looking at the flooring, I kind of wanted, since I had this bold color on the wall, I kind of just wanted white floors for the entire thing. So I just went with some white wood and some white tile. I did end up using the cats and dogs wood just to keep it a little bit cohesive throughout. I know it's not the same color as in the living room and hallway, but it was pretty close. And then looking at the cabinets, I did decide to go with the ones from cottage living, not country living, cottage living. So then just trying to figure out my layout here. And going for a fridge, I decided to go with just a simple white one. I decided to move it to this side though, just because there was a bit more room over here for a stove. And I went with this stove from the Cool Kitchen pack. It's just a base game fridge though. And then as far as a sink goes, I just went for a base game one there as well. Looking through the curtains, that was a little difficult because I couldn't find really the size that I wanted there. I thought about just putting up some vine curtains, but I didn't really want to do that either. And then trying to size some of them up was just a little bit too much. So the curtains became interesting. I ended up having to, because I really wanted to use this red one because I thought it looked really nice. So I ended up having to just fiddle around with it, as you'll see here, and just really try and get them to line up and then move the window back and constantly just keep doing it that way and trying to figure it out that way. I think it ended up just fine in the end. This window may not be as the same height as all the other windows in the house because of that, but I really liked how it turned out. I did put in a red trash can here. And then just kind of looking, because I really wanted some upper cabinets as well. So at this point, I was trying to figure out if that was even going to work while I tried to find some sort of curtain situation for this, for the dining room curtain. And I liked these from the movie Hangout pack, but I just didn't really like how they looked there. So just trying to keep going and keep looking for a different option. And honestly, there just wasn't much that I really thought looked good. I thought about using some of these like curtain decorations, but I did not. I did end up going with these curtains from the base game. They kind of remind me of a candy cane, so now I do put this up over here, and I knew that we had like some Christmas tree decals and stuff, so I do end up, and then there was just like a bunch of different decorations and stuff. I put this over the door, and then it was just about getting a table in here. I was still undecisive about whether or not I wanted to put upper cabinets, so I decided to move on to the table. I got this table and then just paired it with some white chairs. As far as the table decorations go, I did grab this, like the little trees in the mason jar. That is from the free holiday pack, and I did find these Christmas tree decals. They honestly don't stay. I just ended up not liking them with the rest of the room, and I did not want it to be like kitty Christmas, I guess. I didn't want it to be like Christmas for kids. I wanted it to honestly be a good space for everyone in the family to enjoy, not just the kids to like the decals on the wall. So, I did, however, find these Christmas cards that I really wanted to put up. So, I did put those on one of the kitchen counters and then just going back through and looking for some of the other decor that I could put out. just trying to find, I did find like some sweets and cases and stuff to put out. I found this as well. So we do have like a red thing with a red container with sweets and a green one. And then with the upper cabinets, I really did not like the pink there. I was really hoping for something non-pink, so I just honestly, I felt like the Cool Kitchen pack would work just fine here, and it did. And it kind of blended in just fine with the counters, in my opinion. So, as far as a vent hood goes, I did go with this green one. It kind of does blend into the with the tiles, and I really liked that, to be honest. I liked that you couldn't really see it because to me, I don't want the vent hood to be a distraction to anything. So yeah, just moving those um, baking cases, whatever you call them, into a better place for me. And then I'm going to look at the holiday pack that we got. Or, well, that's free for everybody. And I did put out this little decoration, this little sign with the Christmas trees. And I did put some presents over here. I mean, I figured that that would probably be a fun addition. And then just trying to figure out what to put on this wall. I did put a Christmas wreath. And I was thinking about like a snowman or a nutcracker, but I don't know. That seemed a little bit too far to me. And then I was hoping that we had a nice rug in this pack, but I just didn't really like it. We did have some nice candles, decorations, and stuff, but I didn't really find anywhere to put them. And honestly, I wanted to make sure that this was still a functional kitchen. I went back looking through the decor just to see if there was anything else I could put out. And I honestly just did not find much that I wanted. I thought about adding like the decoration box, and I think I did over there in that corner, just because it does come in the perfect colors. And I did end up putting this pot on top of the refrigerator, just going to check and make sure that it's not floating, and it did not seem like it was floating to me. So I decided that that was fine, and I believe I left it in the red and white, but I decided at one point to try the green. The green blended in too much. I didn't really like the white, so I did go back to the red and white. And then really just looking to see if there was anything else. I was not going to put in a big Christmas tree. I wanted this to say Christmas without being Christmas, if that makes any sense. So after that, I really just wanted a rug for the table, just going to move it around just a little bit and trying to figure out a nice rug to fit under it that would still fit the color scheme and the theme. And honestly, I thought that everything else was taking up enough of the attention, so I just went with that plain white rug. Now we are moving on to the next room, and it is going to be St. Patrick's Day. So that's going to be our bathroom. We are going to have a green bathroom, which is not as bad as it sounds. There's actually a lot of good options for green. I put in this light, and then just going to try and find, honestly, some curtains first. I wanted to make sure I had some sort of curtains that could cover this window. And it was a pain because this window is actually two windows put together, but I did get it to work. And then going to look for some tile. I really did not want like something that was going to take over, so I did go with this chevron tile for both the floor and the walls from the Growing Together pack. It's just like a light green, which was good because I ended up using this bright green toilet. And then I did use the shower tub combo from Growing Together. And as far as the sink goes, at first I pulled this one out, but it was just too much green, like too many different greens going on. So I do go back because I did use this mirror, and that mirror kind of matched the toilet. So I did end up going back and changing the sink out for this one from Base Game that kind of matched as well. Just trying to figure it all out and have it all be a little cohesive. There is no toilet paper because we do not have green toilet paper. I did put out a few clutter pieces on the counter, like some little toothpaste and stuff, but other than that, there really wasn't much to put out. I put out a hand towel, I put out some towels. I did put in like the little shower caddy that we got with the everyday, well, not the everyday, with the bathroom clutter kit into the shower. And that was really the bathroom. I did put out some more of like the clutter, like some lotion or whatever, but and then I realized I had never really decorated the hallway, so I did go back to red, white, and blue, just trying to find something to put into this hallway. So I did go with this picture here from the backyard stuff pack, I believe it is. And then over here on this wall, just trying to find something that would work. I ended up going with a picture from Dream Home Decorator. It was just this little one, just to keep to the theme of red, white, and blue. Now onto our first bedroom, back to the wheel. We are spinning and we get Easter. And this one was fun. I chose to make this one the child's bedroom just because of the fact that bunnies, and I felt like that would fit better with the child's bedroom. And I went with a lot of pastel colors, so I didn't really have a color filter on. I just kind of went with pastel colors. I grabbed this light from the Dream Home Decorator. I just felt like the main swatch that it comes in with this yellow, blue, and pink kind of set the tone for the room. As far as the flooring options go, I did put carpet into this room just because I know that we have a lot of good carpet options. As far as the walls go, I wanted like a pinky peach type color, so I did achieve that. And then just trying to find a bed. And trying to find, I mean, there's a lot of good options for beds. I just went with this simple yellow one just to bring in more of that yellow from the light. As far as the dresser goes, I grabbed this one from high school years. It's got like feathers or leaves or something on it. I did grab the big polka dot bunny stuffy. I thought that that one looked just fine. And then the curtains. Curtains are like the worst part of doing a house for me because I can never find what I want in the size that I want for the window that I want. So I tried a few different options. There's actually an option or a swatch on this particular curtain that has bunnies on it. This one right here from high school years. It has bunnies. However, it just wasn't the color scheme I was hoping for. And it kind of blocked out the entire window there. And I really just did not like that. So I chose to go back and look again. And I was honestly just going to go with one of these curtains from base game. But again, I didn't really feel like that worked either. And then I went to these curtains from high school years with just like the light pink. And I thought that was going to be probably my best option. And then just going to go and search for bunny. And we have a lot of bunny options in this game. So I did put out this base game yellow one. I put in these books from the Cottage Living pack. I put out this little bunny from the Cottage Living pack. And honestly, I thought about putting this decal. I think I left it. I'm not certain there, but I might have. I'm pretty certain I did. And then I really wanted some of those eggs that you get with if you do like a holiday for finding the eggs and stuff. I wanted some of those eggs that are part of that one collection. So I ended up putting in the cheats bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. And that's where I found those. So I will do that in just a minute. I'm honestly just trying to figure out if there's anything else that I could use before I did that. I did put out a butterfly toy on the dresser. I just felt like that was good colors as well. And then I did find the bunny gnome. I put it out in the purple. And then just going to look for something to put out above the bed and everything. And honestly, I like this little freezer bunny and the flower. I thought that fit the theme really well. I was hoping for some more like freezer bunny egg type things, but there wasn't any. And then as far as this one goes, there was some cute stuff, but nothing that really fit the theme of Easter. So yeah, just going to keep looking here to see if there's anything else I wanted to use. And I know we have that one bunny thing, but the one picture with the bunny, but I feel like that's an easy option there, so I decided not to go with it. So I decided to put some flower decals up here on the wall, and I've really liked how those looked. And then I put out a violin for the kid to play, just a small white one. But then I really, really wanted to put in the eggs. I really wanted the egg collection part to be there, so I did. I thought about going on the gallery to find them, but I just decided it might be easier for me just to do the two cheats to find them. So now I'm just going to go and try and figure out where they are. And honestly, I end up just searching for the word egg. I looked a couple of places. I ended up just searching for it. I did have to go and get a table and stuff for them to actually sit on those, so I do that in just a minute. And then I did find the Excellent Spunny award as well. Kind of wanted that in there. I know it's like an award, probably breakable or whatever, but I just set it on the floor by the bunny stuffy, so just going to go and I did, like I said, I searched eggs. I didn't pull all of them out. I just kind of pulled a few that I thought would fit the theme of the room. So I ended up getting 5 of them and then going and grabbing a little table that could work. Just trying to figure out which one could work at this point. And honestly, I just pulled out this yellow one from Laundry Day. And then just going to move the violin over there by the gnome. Going to move this up here and then just trying to get the eggs on there. Then I'm going to move this out and arrange the eggs over here. Just trying to figure out how to arrange them and where to arrange them and everything else. So then going to put the little table back, and I realized I had done them too far to the side and too far forward, so I had to rearrange them, and that actually took a couple of tries to get them just right, which you'll see here, because again, too far forward, but I didn't want them in the wall, so it took a little bit of time just to get them where I needed them. So yeah, now we are moving on to our next room, and we are spinning the wheel again. Only 3 holidays left, and we get Halloween. So this is going to be our office. And I decided to go with the colors of orange and black. And first things first, I needed a light. So just looking through that, I decided to go just to keep the Dream Home Decorator light going through and use that in the black. And honestly, I had to use the ghost. I had to. I only put them on 2 walls though, so yeah, but I had to. The ghost had to be there. And I was thinking about this pale orange, but I just didn't really like it that much. Maybe in a different house, maybe. But then I kind of wanted this bright orange flooring, and I decided just to make those other 2 walls black. I thought that would look better, and to me it definitely helped. So, and then first things first, going to go and grab some curtains so that then I don't have to move the desk and everything around at the end. Just trying to figure it out, and I at first was going with these curtains, but I don't know. I just did not. I couldn't get them to fit right over here anyway, so I decided to look again and figure it out. And I really like these curtains from Seasons. I kind of wish that they had like ghost or something on them, but they don't. So I had to go with what I had. I did pull out this desk from Horse Ranch, and then as far as a chair goes, I just went with an orange one. And then as far as a computer goes, I grabbed one from high school years, I believe it was. And then just going to go and clutter up the desk. I did find some more cards that were Halloween themed. Just trying to figure out where I could put them on the desk. And I decided to put them over on this side of the desk and everything. So, yeah. And I really liked how they looked, but it did take a little bit of adjusting to get them to place where I wanted them. And then just looking through to see if there was anything else. I thought about adding a pumpkin. I really did. I think I do end up adding a pumpkin, but I decided to put a candy bowl, and your Sims can actually eat the candy from that bowl. So that was worth it to me. And then as far as over here on this other side, I really wanted like a little sitting area. So that's what I'm looking at now, and I chose to actually go with a couple of chairs instead of like a couch or anything. And I definitely used these chairs from the Spooky Day pack. I don't know, I had to. I had to. That's the only thing I can say is I had to. As far I wanted a table in between them as well, but they were also big. And so I ended up going with this one and then just having to adjust everything. And then just trying to figure out what to put on it. I did put a pumpkin. I liked the pumpkin. And then I got rid of the pumpkin. And then I wanted some sort of flowers or something on here, so I don't know. I thought, honestly, I would have left the pumpkin, but I kind of think it was just too much. So I did decide to go with these flowers from Dine Out. And then just trying to figure out maybe a bookcase or something. I kind of wanted like some shelves on the wall that could function as a bookcase. I didn't really find what I wanted, anything like that, in the colors that I was using. So I just decided to say, forget that and just go with something else. So I did decide just to go with some wall art over here. And that is what I am looking through right now. I went with this big painting from Seasons just because Halloween does take place in the fall, and it kind of gave the right colors and the right, like, I don't want to say mood or season, but kind of gave the right vibe, I guess would be the right way to say it. But yeah, I really like how it looked out, how it ended up looking. As far as this other wall, though, I just really did not know what I wanted on there, and I kind of wanted something. But yeah, I thought about a few different things, and then I found these cards that I really liked, but there was only one set of Halloween, so I kind of centered them. And then I ended up putting like this little spirit doll thing. It almost looks like an orange ghost on either side of it, and I really love how that turned out. And that is from Snowy Escape. And then just looking for some rugs for this room. I need one underneath the sitting area, sort of, and then one underneath the desk. So I just went with two like round dots and just having to adjust them because they did go outside of the house. And then just looking at the last holiday. This is going to be for the main bedroom, and we are doing Thanksgiving. No room in this house will be Valentine's Day because I messed up and made the hallway 4th of July as well. So, as far as Thanksgiving goes, I'm thinking orange and brown and sometimes like red, yellow, and green, but I kind of stuck with like orange and brown for this house. I just thought that it was the best color scheme for this. So just looking for a light, and I did end up going with these from Dream Home Decorator. I figured I had already used it so much, might as well just go for it. And then as far as the curtains go, I did go with this one. I really loved it. And then going and looking at the walls, I went with like this dark brown. And then just going to put in that same cats and dogs floor just in a different color. And then looking at the beds, I really wanted something that screamed Thanksgiving-ish. So I ended up going with this bed. I really love the colors of it with the orange bedspread and then like the brown pillows and stuff. And then just looking for a table, a nightstand. I went with these from Eco Lifestyle. There wasn't really much to this room. But I do love what I did with the headboard. This is from Seasons, and I really loved how it looked, and then just placing it almost like it is that part of the headboard. I loved it. It was just so gorgeous. Just trying to find something to have in this house. Like I hadn't put much plants up till this point, and that was I didn't like that, so I did decide to put a hanging plant. Just moving the table around. I believe that one is from Paranormal. Just going to go and find a mirror. I went with this base game one as far as a dresser goes. I went with this one from High School Years. I love the wood color on this one. Just like the pattern and everything is so beautiful. And then as far as wall hangings go and pictures and everything, I just went with a couple from Cats and Dogs. It kind of gave the right colors, so yeah. And then just kind of looking for some clutter. I did put some more holiday cards up. That really helped because it just kind of worked well. And then I was gonna put tissues, but the tissue box just blended in way too well with the table. So I did decide to put a magazine, and I am looking for a lamp to go on there now. And I was actually considering the one from the basement pack, but I didn't really like it, so I did go with this one right here, and I love the pattern on the lampshade. I know you can't see it that well right now, but it is so pretty. So just looking to see if there's anything else I could clutter up the other side of the bed with. Honestly, I don't really think I found anything else. I did end up putting this like decoration from Dream Home Decorator out, and then I went and looked for a plant, just like a small plant to put in the middle there. And I really liked that. And then just trying to see if there was anything else I could use as far as clutter goes, or as far as really anything else that I needed in this room. So just looking through the rest of the plants right now, trying to see if there was anything as far as for that other nightstand or anything really. So I do end up putting out the picture of the apple because a lot of people seem to go apple picking. I've never been apple picking. We don't really do that. I wouldn't even know where to go to do that. So, but yeah, just looking because I did have this one wall, and I was kind of kicking myself for using that one painting in the office. But I did put out this painting, and I know that that's probably feathers, but it kind of looked like leaves to me, so I did decide to go with that. And then I went with this rug from, I want to say it's from Get Famous. I just think it's so pretty with the brown and the red and the yellow, and that kind of brought in more of the colors that I think about when I think about Thanksgiving. So yeah, that is the house. All that's left is just to do the terrain paint, and I just did that around the house like usual. So yeah, that is the house. It will be available for download on my gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos. I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone!